So I heard on the radio about protests against the war and genocide in Gaza, the protests taking place in Egypt, and how the Egyptian government was putting down the protests, arresting the protesters, organizers, arresting at least 10 people that they mentioned on the radio. And they also had just happened to mention that some of these people were the same people organizing, in the Arab Spring. These are some of the same people who care about stuff, the outlying rebels who care about stuff, who are willing to risk arrest and probably abuse in this tyrannical Egyptian government, telling people they can't protest. They were protesting on the steps of a building because they're not allowed to protest in the streets. And we've seen plenty of tyranny from Egyptian governments in the past. Now, the thing that it made me think about is how long this genocide has been going on in Gaza, and how much most people, including Egyptian people, I think, recognize it as a genocide. And when Egypt's reasoning behind not opening the borders and allowing the people, the refugees or the victims of the war crimes of forced relocation from Gaza to enter Egypt, was because it was like they were doing them a favor by not allowing there to be, not helping Israel, by not allowing them to be displaced and have to fight to be repatriated, whatever you call it, restored to their homes. They didn't want to enable Israel in that way. But it's like, that's not even the bargain anymore. That's not even the game. It's obviously extermination of these people. And if you can keep them alive to return later rightfully, or whatever they can do later, keeping them alive now is key. And it seems like the only thing to be anti-genocide in this case for Egypt, just like the only thing for America, not that we don't have our role to play, the only thing for America to do to be anti-genocide is stop arming Israel or arrest Netanyahu, help them overthrow Netanyahu, whatever it is. But in Egypt, maybe help them overthrow people is something everybody can do too, which is why I call it the Pillar Revolution. I'm here in bed now, and you can do this too. You can do it from bed with our phones. But in Egypt, maybe the call should be, yes, let the Palestinian people come into Egypt now, because otherwise you're helping the genocide, because it is a genocide. It's not, they're figuring something out. It's, it's a genocide, and it's not, the question about where people will go back to won't matter if there aren't any people. So the important thing now is to focus on saving the people, and that includes letting people cross into Egypt or wherever, and better yet would be the overthrow of Netanyahu and stopping it all. But you can do both. While overthrowing Netanyahu and making amends for the genocide, that the expectation should firmly be there that people get their homes back. But let them live for now.